Bonjour tout le monde, c'est Mort ici et je suis venu avec Sol Invictus pour vous présenter une jolie bataille entre Rome et les Suèbes. Bonjour Sol Invictus.
Bonjour à tous, ici Sol Invictus à l'appareil avec mon camarade mort. Comme il vous a dit, une bonne bataille sur Rome 2 ne fait pas de tort. Donc, mise en garde, pétasse, ceci est un combat à la mort.
Exactement.
Alright,
Okay
yeah,
guys,
thank you
no
for
more
receiving
fucking
me more.
around.
We had to do it, had to do it.
We
Yeah.
had to do it indeed. So hello Sol. I will present my build and you will present yours, I guess. So
It's gonna be a pleasure.
yeah, it will be totally. So I am there with a nice a Rome, just a really infantry and sword heavy Rome that I am deploying in a wedge. I am deploying in a wedge because I am really afraid of that fast charge. And if I deploy in a wedge, I usually am able to, just to switch some units really quick and to avoid a lot of charge, because by deploying so I'm able to deny my opponent to get a full charge on my units, because only the half of the unit is accessible. So it is harder for Suebi to get the clean charge it needs, but you will see in this battle Sol Invictus is doing a great job of messing around with me and really avoiding that wedge. So I have a basic mix of Hastati, of veteran legionaries, a lot of veteran legionaries, some evocati cohort, and the equites, really important equites. I really need them against Suebi because Suebi is so quick, and I need those cavalry so badly to catch up with them. And because Suebi is light, so even medium cavalry will do a lot of damage. So I just spammed the cheapest cavalry I had. And an important thing to know is that Equites have 70 armor. So that's great for such a cheap unit to have that much armor. It's really the perfect counter to Suebi. So I will now let Sol present his build. So
Yes, sir. Thank you more. I just want to start by saying that I agree with everything you just said about the wedge, the cheap cavalry to counter Suebi is the right way to go. I like the idea of the wedge, for it makes it harder for a classic Suebi rush to get its fast charge on. So that's a very good idea. On my part, I will be opting for my three-part Suebi, my all-time classic. Which is composed of two Odonas, one deployed each flank, one Spear Levy each flank as well, one Berserker each flank, one Bloodsword each flank, Noble Rider each flank as well. My center is going to be extremely weak, composed of Spear Levy and two Bloodswords, so obviously a very weak center, but you can kind of fix that situation by having the threat of a fast charge on center. So like it makes my center stronger than it truly is. Obviously, that's not where I want to use my fast charge, but if I'm obligated to, well, at least I can. And of course, two Scout Riders. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the build. I'm going to start as if it was a solid compact build, but it's just for the show. We're going to see once we hit the start button. And 3, 2, 1, more?
Yep, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
3, 2, 1, let's rock, play.
Okay.
Alright, well, I'm on.
Yeah, me too, no problem. We will probably have a small delay, but it's fine. But I have a question, Sol. Why did you put your Germanic Scout Rider in a wedge? Really? I saw this in the beginning of the battle and it really bugged me out. I was like, why is it doing that?
It's just for the show. It's basically a way of showing that I mastered this build, and it's just I just want to make it look sharp.
Yeah. You edgy little fucker. The wedge are already gone.
That's right. Yep.
Poor more. Yeah, I was really hoping to see you go in a compact build. When I saw you deploying as one compact build, I was really hoping for it, but then you split. and I was like, oh fuck me, because
Yeah,
with
and it
my
all.
build I really want a frontal engagement, because my build is really the counter fast charge build, but I have nothing to really deploy and separate myself in 3 parts and counter that kite you have. And you see
Yeah, that's a.
Scout Riders are already fucking with me. You were going to
Yeah,
say
the scout.
something, so
Yeah, well, about the Scout Riders, one thing I like, because this build is very micro-intensive, so the first thing I'm going to try to do in the battle is to empty out those Javelin on the Germanic Scout, so that like that afterwards, once all my ammunitions are gone, I can just sacrifice them in melee. And yeah, I was about to say most factions are going to struggle against a 3-part Suebi. And the thing is that if you are prepared for a 3-part Suebi, you're going to go for a specific build, and that specific build in question will stand no chance to a compact Suebi build. So it's very hard dilemma for players that plays against that type of build. They either get ready for it, maybe get disappointed and get wrecked by a compact, or you're not prepared for it and you just don't have the tools to counter it.
yeah, yes. And that
And
second
yeah,
situation is a bit my situation at this point. Even if I have a lot of equities, so maybe I should have YOLO'd really quick some equities to catch up with one part and then follow up, but it's not easy because you are always keeping a safe distance between you and me. And just
yeah,
at this
and
point,
always, yeah, if I may add something, always, that's the thing. Let's say you decide to rush for one flank, as you say, well, Suebi's super fast, so just get the fuck out of the way. Sacrificing some equities is indeed something that has to be done at one point, but doing it too hastily will rarely end up well, because Suebi with those wooden as and the noble cav can just wreck the cav and pull back fast the
yeah,
infantry. And also the problem into going for one flank, and I think we're going to see it in this battle, is that it opens up one of the flanks to my Kimbri bowwoman on either side.
yeah, yes, but I could not do anything at this point. I needed that engagement because yes, it opened my flank to Kimbri, but what if I hadn't done it? You would have kited me forever, and you would have killed all my equities with the Kimbri, like you are doing now with the Scout Riders. So
That's
it's a hard dilemma for me. I have the choice, or I sacrifice some equities and I open up my flank for the Kimbri bowwoman fire, or I just wait till the Kimbri expends all their ammunition, but that can cost me a lot of men. Like you see on that aesthetic there, he's taking a lot of fire. He's already now down to 95 men, and that unit is now as good as gone, because against a Bloodsworn charge it will melt in no time really.
Yep.
So
And
it's a
one thing,
hard dilemma. And now it's really
definitely,
a game of patience and finding the right engagement, and really a game of cat and mouse there, especially
indeed.
with the Germanic Scout Riders.
Indeed. And one thing I like with Suebi is that it was intentional to use those arrow against the Astati. It was a decision I wanted to do. Maybe some will say, well, focus on veteran legionnaires, use your ammo on strong unit, but that's something I love with Suebi. Since you've got such a good charge, whichever unit is of the battlefield, of course, if I remove a veteran legionnaire, it's better, but at the same time, if I remove an Astati, my opponent is going to miss that little meat shield that would save him a charge in the face. So that's something I really like with Suebi. You get a lot of engagement options for that specific reason. Basically, remove a meat shield is just as good as removing an elite unit.
Yeah, it is. So basically, whatever you shoot at, I'm fucked. If I decide to rush you, I'm fucked. And so that those two are my option basically. Or I get shooted and I'm fucked on the charge because I have no meat shields. Or I rush, I open one flank to Simri fire like that, and I get
Like
fucked because because you can see veteran legionaries just take a ton of damage. So at
Could be
this point I'm
interesting.
under, okay, the red line is not far. Maybe I should rush to that little sender there. Because I saw in your sender there is no cavalry counter tactic. So it was really
Right.
a juicy target for me and my
Yeah.
cavalry. But again, you have those Kimbri to follow up on my other flank, and you keep a safe distance. So it will not go without a big sacrifice there. As you can see, Equites are dropping fast against even against a spear levy and a noble rider. They are dropping really fast
Right.
before the aesthetical can follow in.
Right. And we're going to see, though, more. One thing that rarely happens with my Suebi build is that actually you're going to be able to pressure me enough and make me trip enough for me to merge my center with a flank. So that by itself is kind of a victory, because this normally never happens. So, and as you say, the red line was very near. And to be honest, I thought that you would catch me. So I think you did well. It's basically you got to get that engagement going. But
Yeah, but I already lost one Equites and one is down to 30 men. So at this point,
right.
I'm really like, because I need those Equites. If I don't have them, I know Berserkers and Bloodthorn are going to wreck my ace super hard.
That's true.
And yeah, I'm opening my flank to Simri Fire. I'm rushing to that small center, but I know I'm blobbing. I am blobbing up there, and it's not good for me. But at that point, I just take whatever you can give me.
Yeah,
I just want to go into melee. Yeah. I just want those melee engagements so bad that I'm ready to accept whatever, basically. Because I know I have a shitload of swords. So it's not really a problem if I lose one or two swords.
That's true. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, and it's something to take a look at also is how many melee sword infantry you have against how many I have. That's something also I like with Suebi. No other faction can fare well with only 4, 6, 7, 8 swords against, that is, I think, 14 melee.
Yeah, that's 13, 13. I think I have 13 melee. But I have a shitload of them. That's sure. I have a shitload of melee.
And here we see the merge between the wing and the center.
Yeah. At that point, I'm not really sure what I have to do, because you retreated your Sunder there, and it's no far away, and I really want to kill those Simbri because they killed so many already, and I'm beginning to get mad at them. I really want that big engagement. I want that big fight. But you are slowly tearing me down. And I think at some point I saw like, okay, you only have one Wodanaz in that flank. So maybe I can go and sacrifice some Equites. But my Equites are starting to drop. I only have 3 or 4 of them remaining. So Equites are starting to be expensive for me. And now you see the fast charge is popped. And I am going to see this and retreat as fast as I can. But a Scout Rider are sacrificing themselves to pin me down.
That's exactly why I try to use all the ammo ASAP. So like that, bam, we get in the fight and I can pin down.
And one Veteran Legionary is getting caught by a Noble Rider.
266 charge.
So, but your first charge was a bit far away, I believe. I don't know.
I popped it far away for 2 reasons. First, I thought I was starting to be caught in the corner on the red line, so I figured, okay, let's buy ourselves some space. And also, I knew that by popping fast charge, it would allow me to get those nice cav charge on the opposing side, because you would pull back and therefore get some shots with Kimbri.
Yeah.
So it was basically to make you run, pin you down with Noble Riders, get those nice shots with Kimbri Bowwoman, and if I was lucky enough, get the fast charge effect on, which didn't happen, but still I think for a tactical point of view, it was worth it.
Yes, basically you traded a fast charge for some rear shot and some rear charges, which
Exactly,
was
exactly.
it was a good deal. But yeah, I had to accept it because I could not afford to take a fast charge to the face. So it's again another
Definitely not.
time where I was like, okay, or I get the fast charge to my face and I get wrecked, or I avoid it but I get the rear shots and recharges and I am wrecked. So it was another time where I was like, okay, fuck me. This Suebi is super strong. There's nothing I can do.
And
But
we are about to witness something I found very interesting is that overload on the flank with the equites could have
yeah,
been extremely
I saw.
dangerous, but
Okay,
you're
now
just
I
gonna
have my
see
full
the
engagement, and I want.
right.
No, I want to Skimmer dead, and I want them
Yeah.
dead fast. So I want some rear charges, and I want to Skimmer dead because I saw that opening. It was probably the only opening that was in the game. In the whole game, I had one opening, and it was just that one, I believe.
Yeah. Right.
The
And we're
rest you
gonna
did
see those.
everything perfectly. But even so, you can see
Yeah.
Simbri Bowwoman are witness. They are holding against my equities. They are being
Oh yes,
super
they are.
super effective there. I was really
Could be
hoping to kill them in
interesting.
one charge, but it didn't happen.
No,
I
could be
lost again.
interesting
I
to
lost
see.
equities. I had to charge my general in there to stop a Bloodsworn charge. And you are shooting at me with two Simbri. So I am at the spot I wanted to be, but it's still looking bad for them. I'm starting to win the center, but you're pulling back. You are pulling back with everybody, and
Yeah, very
it was
important
the
to do
good
so.
move because I was about to surround you and to crush the 3 units you had there, but you pulled back and you went for another charge, I believe, or you just waited till your cavalry was free to charge
Yeah.
and then to charge again.
And that's it. I was wondering maybe some elite cav. 2 units of elite cav could be interesting. I know they are under a lot of risk against Suebi,
Yeah,
but it could be interesting because really this battle shows that melee power won't necessarily be enough for Rome to win against Suebi. So what if you cut down in that melee power? And go for more elite cav, because the truth is whichever unit is getting charged by Suebi is gonna melt. So would you rather have Nastati melt or Veteran Legionnaire, or some sort of a cheaper unit? Of course, you got to keep moral in mind, but I think could be interesting to see maybe a bit more of a cav strong build,
like
maybe missiles even.
missiles. I thought the same as you, but what goes for the melee infantry goes also for the cavalry. Like an elite cavalry melts as fast against a wooden spear with counter cavalry tactic than an equites. So it's
True.
really a dilemma there. Because if I go elite cavalry and I run into a wooden I lose so much money. That's which doesn't happen with equites. So I was thinking maybe just bring even more equites. That could be an answer.
Okay.
Or maybe
Yeah.
bring legendary cavalry or something like that. A bit more expensive. What do you
What
think?
about a single Praetorian? I don't know, but it would be interesting actually that we play some more and we try to find a counter for the Suebi build. Because to be
Yeah.
honest, I haven't found one myself, but it could be interesting to work on that. But my instinct would tell me to bring a single Praetorian.
Yeah, maybe to counter
Because if it
the
gets in the right, it could destroy Suebi in the right engagements. And
yeah.
if you go for more equites, just a single one, to follow up with those equites. If you feel you're safe, rear charge into Wodenas, bam, GG Wodenas.
Yeah, true. It is
Yeah, War
that
Jar.
build is it's my best Suebi counter at the moment, but you're right. Like maybe one or maybe those Saucy Extraordinary there.
That's oh yeah, that could be deadly versus Suebi if well used. Yeah,
Yeah, the problem is like one or two Simbri volley and they are dead.
That's also, but that's where the many equities come into factor.
Yeah, true, true. So we have a lot of to think about with that roam, but I believe it's really my best Suebi counter at the moment. But against an elite Suebi player like you, it was not enough. I still have to work on that one.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
maybe.
yeah, I wasted too much equities and you killed them off too easy. And then when I have no cavalry, this build is just dead meat.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, thank you for that cast. I don't know if there's anything you wanna say now.
I don't know if you want to go over unit kill maybe, or otherwise I just want to say I love you.
Oh, I love you too, Sol. I love you too. One berserker didn't had that much kills. Only 44.
That's actually, yeah. Well, you wrecked him with equities.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
countered, yeah.
But that other one got
well.
200 kills there. That's impressive. Yeah, and besides, yeah, Kimberly wrecked my ace. They were really the one that wrecked me there. I think without Kimberly,
yeah.
I would have won, but that's Kimberly. They were a fucking nightmare.
They are the backbone of this army.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, that's true. So maybe if I broke like slingers or archers to counter that Simbri, maybe it would have been better for me. I don't know.
The thing is that slingers will force you to sit, and when you sit versus this build, it kind of sucks. I think elite cav is the answer.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever you do, it sucks against Suebi.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Sol.
Yeah. I thank you more for receiving me, and yeah.
It was a great pleasure, Sol, and see you next time.
See you next time. Thank you.